Hello and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Is my controller reinverted again? There we go. We, encountered a hunting accident last time, which was unfortunate. What have we here? A divorce contract. Pick it back up. We want to go to the second page at least. Between Sam Finch and Kay Carlisle.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here as a baby.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Apparently the baby was kind of tripping. Yeah, there's not much I can do, it seems.
Reminded me so much of Cal. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
So it seems I'm controlling the frog at the moment. But is there somewhere I'm supposed to go with the frog?
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night. I wish you could have told us
Oh,
about the world he saw.
that's not good. Yeah, I think the baby's gonna drown.
Understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure it's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Yeah, that's hard for... I imagine that would be hard for a marriage to move past. I mean, you work so hard to take care of someone, and it ends because of a dumb accident.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Yes.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Interesting.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This family does have a pretty bad run of things, huh? Nope. Where do we need to go? Let's see. Oh, there we go.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
I mean, I'm sure it's not easy for a kid getting a new step-parent, but it's not easy on the parent being a single parent either. So, there's some sympathy to be had for both of them there.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Storm's picking up, huh? Oh, it's gonna be like a hurricane kind of storm, isn't it?
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oof.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry growling. And all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oof.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
she never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So that's her mom's brother, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are dying young. I mean, the old Edith lasted a long time. Duty of Greg, be a baby. I mean, that's all you can really expect from an infant, isn't it? Rock climbing wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Distancing yourself never truly helps.
She spent a
Dawn
summer
and
building houses
Sanjay.
in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Okay, that's where we're going.
I'm
Dawn.
sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Well, if you give her room to all of your ghosts,
okay.
it's gonna have to get
Almost
bigger.
normal.
Okay.
But it didn't last.
Never does.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Seems like a competent drawer.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Makes sense. That's a pretty cool room.
Milton
Not the
Finch
safest
made
thing,
a
but
magic paintbrush.
Oop. So he just kind of
Milton disappeared.
went missing. Okay, that's that's less than we get from the rest of them. But I suppose if they don't know what happened to him, they don't know what happened to him.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Well, if she hadn't spent months searching for him, I would question the type of mother she was. I thought I saw something over here to activate. Oh, it may have just been the
Whatever Milton had found in the house. Mom
the
didn't
rope
want
out of
it
the
getting
corner
out.
of my eye. Wait, what? Okay. I'm not sure what that was supposed to mean. Guess we're probably heading up the stairs.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's
Nope.
room. Except Lewis.
Quite the fluorescent lighting in there. Or, I suppose that's neon lighting. We're near the top of the house. I never know which way they want me to push to open things.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him had gone.
Was it marijuana? The Red King strain. Alright, what have we here? Dawn Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself.
Yep.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Oop, missed.
wander.
Okay, so the left stick controls
I asked him
that.
to describe it. He said it started
Interesting.
small, imagining a labyrinth.
Pretty sure that just leads back.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Yep.
He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Guess that's a dead end. Okay, that's where we go.
But he found something more. I
Now,
worried about him then,
camera angle's changing a bit.
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
We're gonna end up like
So I let
cutting
him
our hand off or something, aren't we?
I even encouraged him.
It's starting to take
It
over
seemed
more
very
of the
promising
screen.
at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Can we light the
On the edge
fire?
of a
I guess
city
not.
named Lewis Token. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Okay, I guess we don't need to light the fire anymore.
Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
Yes.
So he could do whatever he wished.
I suppose, yeah.
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him
Mario
to stay,
reference there,
but
I
his
guess.
mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, Heart of Lewis kept sailing on.
Yeah. He very much is out of it, isn't he?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen, I guess.
handsome queen.
That's different.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister Serpents. That's the name of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, I
sinister
think.
serpents.
Yep.
Followed the sound of her
We'll go with the harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Can I not go that way? I guess I can now.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salad, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Yep, that's delusion.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's a guillotine.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh boy. It's the fish thing, isn't it?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Wow. That was sad. I mean, I get wanting to lose yourself in, you know, an imagination world, but when you let yourself go that far, yeah, it just hurts those around you. Well, I think we're going to call it there for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join us in the next one.